Is episode 4 of the podcast.
Yay!
Today we start off with a game of pool.
But before we start off, let's wish our host here, or today he's the co-host. Only today he's the co-host. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah. That other voice in the back is who I'm going to have to debate. Ladies and gentlemen, first we're going to start off with a lovely pool game, which I will dominate. Moving on. Hit the next slide.
Oh, no, wait.
What do you mean?
All right, welcome to the pool matchup. This is part of the podcast. Isaac, the champion, will take on Kobe, the challenger. No. Anyway.
This is the podcast
channel. Anyway. So, the winner, if Kobe wins, he gets the title shot. If he loses, he doesn't. Let's get it started. Oh. A stripe. So you will. Oh, you now need to get another stripe in, and you don't.
Wait.
And you do. Huh, okay.
Don't doubt me, son. Don't doubt me yet. That was bad. It could have been worse, but that was bad. I lined you up for a nice shot. Don't mess it up, son. I knew he was going to do that, yeah.
Well, welcome to This Is How It Works. Alright, Isaac. Sorry, viewers, if the camera's a little shaky.
Sorry, viewers, we're not very talking.
We're trying to focus.
So
That hit the A-ball first. Ball in hand.
Does that mean a ball in hand?
Yes, ball in hand. You get ball in hand.
Just making sure. Allie.
This is not the first pool game we will have on the podcast.
Is it?
It is not.
Hot?
It's not the first. We will have more. This is going to become a new segment called Pool on the podcast.
Wow.
Pool on the podcast.
Great job, sweetie. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Alex turned 18 today. Doesn't mean he's all that smart.
I don't know if they heard that. The microphone's not that good.
As I do on all these podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, Alex just recently turned 18. He nearly hit the A-ball, and I was very excited for a second.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Man.
No, okay, whatever.
Alright, do I need to get out of the way? Yep. Ooh. Not too bad of a shot there.
I mean, it set me up terribly. So if nothing else, you got that. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, I don't play pool.
And somehow he was champion at one point.
Just because most of y'all are just bad. Oh.
You did beat Angel in that one that we never...
Which was close.
We never posted that, though.
Why?
I don't know. I never had the chance to.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
You've had chances.
Oh, because we didn't record things that we needed for it. I don't know. Anyway, back to the pool match here.
Did you get anything in?
No, we did not. Okay.
You have no idea outside.
Again, sorry about the bad lighting in this terrible basement. Hopefully...
So how are you going to call it the basement podcast yet call it a terrible basement? Like, just compliment your surroundings, man. Like, be more positive.
We're going to eventually upgrade it. Don't worry.
So what? A bigger basement?
Maybe. And that is a ball in hand.
Shut the fuck up!
This is a friendly channel.
Fuck you. Fuck him. If you don't, I was gonna say. If you don't, I'll be disappointed that I might have actually ended up screwing myself here.
Well, it's you're winning right now.
Right now, but I'm only up by 1.
Yep. Next on the podcast, we will. All right. Anyway, next on the podcast, Kobe here is going to be debating a girl on if what was it? Marching band is a sport.
No, I think it was color guard.
Either
if
way.
it's specifically marching band, that's still not a sport.
Anyway, but then, what's this? Is this a sport, guys? Or is it a game? Here,
It's an activity.
It's an activity. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Because
keep going. You can talk about it next. You can talk about it on the next segment. We're trying to get through this.
Are we?
Yes.
That was fucking sexual.
I missed it.
That was fucking sexual.
I missed it.
It fucking boom,
Okay, can we?
bang, bang, boom. That was cool. Isaac, how ballsy am I? How ballsy am I? Huh? How ballsy am I?
just do
How
it.
ballsy am I?
You're pretty ballsy. Let's.
Right.
Yeah. Ball in hand.
Ball in hand.
Yeah, Isaac's gonna make the comeback now.
Maybe.
I see
I'm
multiple
doing
options.
surprisingly good today.
Wow. Oh
And
wow, and a
ball in hand. Let's go,
that is
baby.
not. Hey, you find the ball. I'm recording. Yeah.
Hey, Alex, you know what we should watch?
What?
We should watch Hazbin Hotel.
Okay.
A little bit of, it's a satire musical I bet you just love.
I don't like musicals.
And you like drama.
I
Musicals are peak drama, Alex.
I don't like drama. What are you talking about?
You like theater, right?
Well,
Theater is drama.
this is what I like. I like filming. This is what I like to do right here. Also, nice shot, buddy. We don't call pockets in this league, by the way. And he does not get it.
Ah. Ooh.
Man, that was sad.
Too hard. That's not what she said. What, she never said that to you?
I mean, she did.
She never said that to me.
I get it. Oh, what a move by Isaac. It's going to be ball in hand.
Not sure that exactly helps you. I mean, it could. But knowing my luck.
Knowing my luck. Man, you don't even take credit for anything that happens to you.
I mean, why would I? Because at the end of the day, we're all passengers of luck.
Oh, yeah.
You think?
I don't know, man. Let's
You
just
think?
go.
Help me out here, ref. Come on.
I'm not the ref. I'm the cameraman.
You're the ref and the cameraman.
Okay.
You're the ref, the judge, the commentator, the cameraman. You're everything in between.
I don't know. I am the owner of this league, and that was a terrible shot.
Not necessarily. Dude, Jesus Christ.
How's this game still going on, man?
Because I'm terrible. You know this. What do you mean?
Oh,
You know I have
the
bad
fans don't know this. And oh my God, he made it. This man is going to make a comeback on you, and I am going to laugh.
And I'm gonna beat your ass. Again, y'all don't give me enough credit. Y'all realize I don't have a place to train.
Yeah, that's right. We don't train very often either. We don't use this pool table.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
At least you have it.
True.
If you decide, you know what, I want to come down here and get better at pool, you can come down here and get better at pool. I can't do that. And I win.
Kobe got it this time. He is one step closer to this. He is one more step closer to that. All right, next segment will be him debating about sports.
Fun.
All right, let's cut to it.
Is it working? Perfect.
You're such a dumbass.
Okay, well, let's fucking do this. It's a debate about... so what exactly are we debating? Because I was not the one who promoted this idea. I was just here to be the opposite side. So, what am I winning in this debate?
It's marching band is sport.
Are we joking?
No?
Are we, no, for real, are we joking, Alex? You can't actually believe there's going to be a segment, right?
It's going to be a segment, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's do this. All right, go ahead. Present your evidence, because I don't need to start mine.
What makes a sport a sport?
Physical activity in a competition setting.
We have marching band's physical activity and competition.
Okay. It's physical activity in a competition setting, though. So whenever you start your marching band, you're in competition to somebody else automatically, correct?
Yes, that's what the practice is. Practice is competing against the other people.
Who are you competing against?
All the other schools, just like football and basketball.
What's the league called?
This marching band, you dumbass. You don't have to have a league.
Sports have leagues. Even at the very bottom, there's the school leagues. It's the US. Like let's take our local USD 259 district league.
You're not in school.
I don't need to be in school. I was at one point in school. Technically, I'm a senior this year, even if I was in school. Well, no, that's the league. So what's your league? I think that's a no comment, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on. So, what other proof do you have?
Look up the definition of a sport.
So you want to go by the straight definition. Okay, so I'll humor you. I'll look up the definition of the sport. Shall I do Urban Dictionary or shall I do actual dictionary?
Actual dictionary.
Both.
Do both then.
Okay.
And do both.
Okay, we're going to do with the normal dictionary. Sport. All right, number one is an athletic activity requiring skill or physical prowess and often of a competitive nature as racing, baseball, tennis, golfing, bowling, wrestling, boxing, hunting, fishing, etc. Secondary.
Okay.
We also have a particular form of this, especially in the outdoors. Okay.
Ours is outdoors. We have a lot of physical demanding crap.
Okay. So, forget the exact word for it. But if you want to go with the straight definition of it, I will bring up the point of the court of public opinion.
It's a controversy. It might as well just be a controversy topic at this point, just like freaking politics.
But it's not. It's really not. Because I can get 10,000 people that say it's not a sport to maybe 1,000 saying it is.
Every single person in marching band says it's a sport.
Okay, as I said, 1,000. I could get 10,000, potentially more.
I already have there's already over 1,000 people at my school that have done marching band and think it's a sport. So I already have over 1,000. Now not just my school.
I could start going up to random people on the street saying, "Is marching band a sport?" They're gonna think about it for about 3 seconds and say, "Nah, it's not." So let's not think about when it comes to court of public opinion. You're not winning that one. We're gonna be honest. So it's a sport, right? You know where a lot of sports are practiced? They're practiced at
their school, on a field, on a court.
So on a school. So it's a school activity.
Same as basketball and football, unless we're talking NBA, although is NBA part of school?
That's a good point. What is your professional league?
The fuck's the definition of a league?
A professional league.
It's a good question whether we have one or not.
So do you or do you not?
Don't know. I'd have to ask my teacher. Can marching band be a profession?
A musician is a profession.
Marching band's part of a musician.
No.
Mm.
No.
And it's an art.
It is an art. It is an art.
And it is under performing arts.
Performing arts, yes. Yes. I'm luring. We're luring, ladies and gentlemen. I got the fly lure. We're going deeper and deeper. So it's an art, right? It's a performing art, right?
So,
I know no performing art that has a league, that have multiple competitions in a year, that are televised or live streamed, that sell out stadiums.
we're televised and live stream our football games.
That's true.
But
Our
are they
home
watching
football
you
games.
or are they watching the football game?
Depends. Some of us
You're
watch
leeching off the football game. Ladies and gentlemen.
Our competitions are also live and recorded and broadcast.
Are they?
Yes.
What are they called?
We have our Neowalla, which is a statewide competition.
Fucking what?
Halloween spelled backwards.
Our Halloween competition.
Okay.
We have All-State, which, by the way, there are places we got first prize for Color Guard.
Of course, there's state, all state.
So wait.
We have All-State.
What's color guard? Is color guard a part of the marching band?
Yes.
Or is, okay. Just making
It's part
sure.
of marching band. You just don't play an instrument. You're swinging a fucking flag everywhere.
Okay.
A 5-foot or 10-foot. Fucking sucks when it's cold out and wet.
So.
We also have to play in all sorts of weather. It doesn't matter what the weather is.
Okay. So.
Because y'all football players, if it's cold and wet and you absolutely can't be outside, sometimes you don't have practice. Us, we just go practice inside. So we don't get a day off.
Yes, as many football teams also. Many football teams, mostly on the professional level, have indoor training areas, or just have training areas in general that are work indoors or outdoors.
That's professional.
True.
I don't know how marching band professionals do it.
Because there are none. Because it only exists on the amateur level.
I would call a teacher a professional.
Is she a marching band teacher or is she a band teacher?
She's a marching band teacher. She is not a band teacher. She is a color guard coach.
Oh.
Miss Chapman is a color guard coach. We've had coaches come from colleges.
Color guard coach.
Miss Wilson's our marching band.
So wait. Is it color guard or is it marching band we're talking about here? Because even if they're both in the same guard,
It's all one.
It is all one.
is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it when I-
Color guard does not perform without a marching band.
So color guard has a coach, but the band has a director.
Yes.
As someone who has been in
That
band.
is true.
So where's the line drawn?
What do you mean?
Where does it become a sport and where does it stay an activity?
A sport is an activity. Football is an activity.
You should have called it another.
No, I'm more so talking about sport in the general term. My apologies. Also, why are you so violent? You're so not at ease. You're so leaned forward, ready to argue. You're so interrupting. I'm being very patient. Calm down. Woosah.
Flipping off isn't allowed. Blur it out.
Wow.
Suck my dick.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's another point in my category, let's be honest here.
Since when were we doing points?
We're not,
Yeah,
but
there were no points in this.
theoretical points. I mean.
Theoretical points my ass.
This is good enough for your segment, or you want me to do more?
Do you have anything else to argue?
I can argue as long as he does.
Do you have anything else to argue?
Why do I have anything else to argue? It's not a sport.
gonna-
Gentlemen, a debate is based off mutual respect. I am receiving none.
Damn right you're not
Ladies
receiving
and
any.
Gentlemen, we all know marching band is not a sport. Let's
Marching
move
bands
on
are
from this
smart.
conversation.
I think it's
as
not
they've
a
given
conversation.
no sources, they've given no proof. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go and say it's a sport, that's up to you, but we all know reality. We all know how expensive tickets are for games of the NFL, for tickets to the UFC fight nights, for absolutely incredibly entertaining boxing matches. Would you pay those prices to go watch a bunch of people dance around in stupid uniforms and wave around sticks?
Yes,
I
actually,
wouldn't.
a lot of people do. Our stands are typically full at our
You let me
competitions.
know when somebody pays $250.
Our tickets aren't that much.
That's because they're high school.
I don't mean high school. I mean anybody.
I think that's the end of the segment, guys.
Victory!
I don't think so, but
Because you want to be non-biased.
okay. Okay, whatever. I'm switching.
I am biased. I was winning.
I just had fun arguing. It's a friendly argument, something I
I had fun
needed.
winning.
All right. And we are here. We are going to have a couple facts about the Royal Rumble that is tonight. And this is split into two parts.
Wait,
Saturday.
we're still going?
Yes, we're still going.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing this
Yes,
today.
we're doing this right now. Come on.
Okay, shit, motherfucker. I thought you said we were doing this Monday.
No.
The day is coming out.
This is a preview. It's a preview to the games. Preview to the stuff. And then we do the review on Monday. Anyway, today is Saturday, the 27th. And this is the day of the Royal Rumble, and we thought we would share some history and facts about the Royal Rumble with you guys if you don't know what it is.
They're watching the podcast. Why wouldn't they know what the Royal Rumble is?
I don't know. Some people don't know what the Royal Rumble is.
Don't do the ASMR thing. That's my thing. Fuck off.
What? Anyway, let's see here. I'm gonna look up the history stuff. Alright, so here we go. We can. Here, I don't think I'm gonna really go with the history. Basically, the history was some person. I think it was. I don't know who created the match, but someone created the match. Do you know who created the match? Kobe? Do you know who created the match? I don't remember who exactly created the match. I just remember it was created back in 1988, which is right here on the screen.
Where we
Don't
would have
touch it, but-
the greats of the Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, the
Andre.
greatest liar in wrestling,
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant. Actually, wasn't that tall.
Big Boss Man. People like
we
that.
got a Big Boss Man. We got Jake the Snake Roberts, Ted DiBiase Jr. We got the 1, 2, 3 kid, I believe.
Yeah.
Might be wrong on
I
that.
might be wrong on that. But no, that's that. Let me see. All right, so records, statistics, and stuff I'm going to talk about right now. So,
So, ladies and gentlemen, in 1988, the Royal Rumble was created by the company we know as WWE, by the
It was
World
back in the-
Wrestling Federation.
WWF it was called back then. Now it's WWE.
At the time, it was created by the great mind of Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson is the one who did it.
Pat Patterson.
The late
ladies and
great?
gentlemen. The late great Pat Patterson.
Okay, so I have all the stats.
history
I have every hit.
has
I
been-
I have the names of everyone
If
who
you
won.
don't get the fuck out of my thing,
This
I'm
is
gonna
my thing,
stab
too.
you in the dick. Ladies and gentlemen, the first
Damn.
ever one was held
He said
at
I was violent.
Well, that was in the debate. Now I don't have to be nonviolent.
You didn't
Ladies
have to
and
be
gentlemen.
nonviolent then.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, at the Copes Coliseum, we would see one of the greatest matches of all time, as we would see Paul Roma and Jim Powers in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The Islanders, Haku and Tama, soon to be one of them soon to be the fathers of the legendary Roman Reigns we know today, versus the Young Stallions. The winner of this match, who would enter at number 13, would be Jim Duggan. Oh!
Oh, here. I think you might. Here, use mine, because mine has interesting things.
Mine has more stuff.
Whatever.
We're gonna move on, and I'm gonna run down a couple of the legendary winners.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
have Big John Studd, Hulk Hogan,
Twice.
Hulk Hogan twice. Yes, I forget. He won both years in a row. Hulk Hogan winning twice from the 25th and then the 24th the next year. And then a legendary win from the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
That was a good win, yeah.
And it was for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship.
Which has only happened twice in the Royal Rumble's history.
He entered at number 3, won it all. Then
That's crazy.
The next year we would see the late, great Yokozuna.
Yokozuna won. Okay.
He won it.
Oh, wasn't that after Macho Man did the stupid pin thing?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm like, that was dumb. But anyway, Yokozuna won that one. Continue.
I believe he fought Bret Hart at WrestleMania.
Bret Hart.
Winning and then losing to, you know who.
Yeah.
The Hulkaman. At the 7th Royal Rumble.
Was this the tied one?
Yes, this is the tie one, where Lex Luger and Bret Hart would both win.
Lex Luger would lose
Lex
the title
Luger
match.
from 23rd, and Bret Hart from 27. Continuing on.
Yep.
We'll stop at a very important one. Let's start with the first of 2 of Shawn Michaels' legendary wins.
Oh, the first one.
The first one was in Tampa, Florida,
Wasn't
at the
number one.
USF Sundome. It was a 30-man Royal Rumble match for the WWF World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania. I believe that's WrestleMania 11.
I don't know, but I think so. I don't know.
Next up, he would win again that year, but this time around also a pretty big match on that card was Bret Hart versus The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Moving on, 2 years in a row, we'd see the win of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Three-time.
The Attitude
This is
Era.
he's a 3-time Royal Rumble winner.
We'll
Stone
get
Cold?
to that.
All right.
After that year, we would see the winning of Mr. McMahon, The Rock's after Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
At Arrowhead Pond, we would also see the next year, we'd see at Madison Square Garden, you know the place, the greatest of place, The Rock. And then in 2001, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Royal Rumble has given many matches that will live on in legend. Let's never forget, however, the 2005 Royal Rumble, I believe this was, where Batista won the match. In a controversial setting where him and John Cena both went over the top rope.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. That was funny. And Mr. McMahon tore both his quads.
Mr. McMahon is a funny man.
Not right now.
Nope, he's going to jail.
Bro, what happened?
We'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it after.
2010, we would see Edge, the rated R superstar, take the crown of Royal Rumble winner before moving down to 2011, Alberto Del Rio. After Alberto, we'd see Sheamus. And then, to set forth his match for the WWE Championship against The Rock, John Cena in 2013 would win the Royal Rumble match from the number 19 spot. Meanwhile, The Rock would beat Punk in a bad match.
Terrible match.
I'm still very upset about that. And then the match that would set forth everything for one of the grandest moments in all of wrestling. Batista in 2014 would be a second-time winner
that
of
was
the Royal
terrible,
Rumble.
man. Everyone was so mad.
Everyone wanted Bryan Danielson.
Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. He's in
We wanted him
AEW
to
now.
win.
But, yeah.
2015, we'd see the first ever time Roman Reigns participated in the match
And he won.
where he would win.
No, he won.
19.
He was in he was in the 14th. Nah, you know what? Never mind. I'll talk about it.
This was the one he won. This was the first ever one he won.
Oh, okay. He's only won one.
No, I thought he won two.
No, he's only won one.
I guarantee you he's won two. We're going to see.
We're gonna see. Yeah, we are.
Then the next year, Triple H would win from the number 30 spot.
Win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, as we mentioned earlier. There's only happened twice in history.
So has he really just main evented WrestleMania that many times without winning the Royal Rumble?
I guess, man. Yeah, Roman is just
Jesus
freaking.
Christ. Orton would then win the next year's in, I believe that's 2017? Yes,
Yep.
2017. Who did he fight at WrestleMania?
Bray Wyatt.
33?
Rest
Yeah,
in peace,
Bray.
Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
Big rest in peace to Bray. The next year we'd see two Asian superstars win it.
Oh, the first
where
ever women's-
Shinsuke Nakamura in the first ever women's Royal Rumble match, as Asuka would be the first ever woman to win
Even
it.
though they kind of ruined that win when she went to WrestleMania and just got not squashed, but got beat by. And she was undefeated and got beat by.
They both
Charlotte.
got beat. Shinsuke and
Oh yeah, Shinsuke did get beat,
They,
and then
both
turned
of their
heel that night.
momentums got derailed.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an unfortunate thing. Then in Phoenix, Arizona, the next year, we'd see Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
Which was interesting because they had just came out that they were a couple, like either a couple months before, or a couple months after. So now that was interesting.
There's
a pattern coming along with these ones.
Next, we'd see Charlotte Flair and Drew McIntyre.
The both up,
where Charlotte Flair was...
whatever.
No one cares.
Drew McIntyre, though.
Drew McIntyre.
That was a great win for him.
I believe that was the time when he eliminated Brock. He claymored Brock out of the match.
And sadly, this was when COVID was starting. So we all remember that.
The next year, we'd see Bianca Belair and Edge take the match. Not a fan of Bianca Belair.
I know you're not.
Love me or hate
and
me,
Edge, and they were both from wasn't Bianca number 3 and Edge was number 1 that year?
Edge was number 1. You are dead on, my friend. God, you're.
I remember, but that was only a couple years ago, so I remember those ones.
Then, in the 2022, we're getting close to the very beginning. We'd see the MMA stars take over as Ronda Rousey
and Brock Lesnar would win.
Ronda from 28 and Brock from 30.
Ronda Rousey shouldn't have won that match. I don't know.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, the last year's San Antonio, Texas.
Last year's Rumble
At the Alamo Dome. We would see Roman Reigns take on Kevin Owens for the Undisputed Universal WWE Championship.
Great storytelling there.
And we would see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble from number 30 and Rhea Ripley from number 1.
Which are really good. All right, I want to talk about my stuff for a minute. Okay? Do you mind?
Go ahead.
All right.
It's your fucking segment.
Multiple Royal Rumble victories. 3 goes to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
2 goes to Shawn Michaels,
Hulk Hogan.
I believe The Rock, Hulk Hogan.
Rock has not had 2.
He hasn't.
Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Batista, Triple H, Randy Orton, Edge, and Brock Lesnar have had 2 wins in the Royal Rumble. 8 superstars. Lucky numbers with the most wins is number 30 with 5 wins. That's kind of obvious. And only one person has done it each time. I don't know what the heck this is. I'm just going to... Other interesting things. Batista is the only person to win from the same spot twice at number 28. 2007 and 2008, as well as 2022 and 2023, were the only times the same number won in... So basically the same number won twice from number 30. That's interesting. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, number 13 win out of 20 wrestlers, because that was only 20 wrestlers that year, and then it became 30, equivalent to 19, whatever. I don't care. Okay. Most Royal Rumble eliminations per year. In the first ever Royal Rumble, One Man Gang had 6. Hulk Hogan had 9 the next year. Ultimate Warrior had 6. Hulk Hogan 7. And you guys can just kind of follow along. We're at 1991, so you want to try and follow along with that. Sid Justice 6. Yokozuna 7. Diesel and Lex Luger tied for 7. Shawn Michaels 8. Shawn Michaels again 8. Stone Cold Steve Austin set the record with 10. Oh, and I forgot to say, Hulk Hogan had the record. Now Steve Austin has taken it. Steve Austin again 2 years in a row, 7 and 8. Rikishi takes 7. 2001, Kane takes the record with 11 eliminations. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm just going to start saying when someone beat the record. Roman Reigns took the record in 2014 with 12 eliminations.
I believe this record is still held by the current man to hold it, which I believe is Braun Strowman with 13 eliminations.
We're going to get to and that Braun Strowman in the great, but this is the thing. That was the greatest Royal Rumble. That wasn't a Royal Rumble. Which is the one
with, I believe, 50.
50. There was 50 men instead of 30. But when we looked at it, yes, Braun Strowman holds the record, but he was tied for the record and the actual
Brock Lesnar.
By Brock Lesnar in the actual Royal Rumble. So right now the man who has the most eliminations is Brock Lesnar. Now let's look at the women's to see who has the most women's eliminations.
I believe that is either Shayna Baszler or I think Rhea Ripley.
It's Rhea Ripley. She holds the record and she actually tied her own record in the 2 Rumbles. I'm going to skip that one. Most eliminations in a single match. Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Kane. The top 4. For the women's, Bianca Belair holds the record with 8. And Shayna Baszler holds the tied record with 8. Let's see.
Why is Bianca the winner? The fuck is that?
I don't know, man. Probably because she done it recently. I don't know. Stupid. Skipping some of these. Longest Ironman time. Daniel Bryan, 1 hour and 16 minutes, but that was in the greatest Royal Rumble. So in the actual Royal Rumble, the man who has beaten the record is Gunther. 1 hour and 11 minutes in the match last year. That was last year, by the way. He broke the record last year, which is crazy. Men's shortest time, or Ironman time, is John Cena with 22 minutes. That's not very good for him. Don't care about that. Shortest men's Royal Rumble time. You want to do this one? The shortest time in the Royal Rumble match.
He wasn't ready, ladies and gentlemen. It was Santino Marella at 1 second. I blame John Cena.
It wasn't John Cena's fault. Kane's the one who eliminated him.
Fun fact. Kane, he was trying to get a piece of meat in the back in concession, so I took his piece of meat. He was very mad. He was waiting for me.
Okay, that's enough. The shortest for the...
Justice for Santino Marella.
Let's see. The shortest time for the women's is Chelsea Green, only 5 seconds in the last year's Royal Rumble.
See, nobody can beat Santino Marella.
Most appearances in the Royal Rumble, Kane. And that includes one is Isaac Yankem and one is the fake Diesel. So he's been in...
There's Isaac Yankem.
That was his original. That was his first ever gimmick before he became Kane.
Oh, shit.
But no, if you count those two, he's had 20 appearances in the Royal Rumble. If you only count him as Kane, he's had 18 appearances in the Royal Rumble. And Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston are behind him as 15 appearances. And I think Kofi's coming after the record because he's in the Royal Rumble tonight. So that'll be 16 appearances for Kofi.
I hope we see one of his legendary attempts to not get eliminated.
Yeah, in the past couple of years, he's been failing that, though. So I hope he can get it together. Most appearances in the Royal Rumble for the women are tied with Dana Brooke, Liv Morgan, Natalya, and Tamina. 6 appearances. Women appearing in men's Royal Rumble matches. The first ever, actually 2, twice in a row it looks. I don't believe that. Chyna was in both the 1999 and 2000 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she was.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Beth Phoenix in 2010. Karma in 2012. And Nia Jax in 2019, who appeared in, Men appearing in women's Royal Rumble matches, Santino Marella. As Santina Marella, if anyone remembers that moment.
What do you mean, Santino Marella as Santina? Santina is his sister.
Okay.
Let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not.
Huh. Never mind. Don't answer that.
Royal Rumble, and I think that's all for now. So... tonight we'll sit back, relax, and watch a good Royal Rumble match. And we will have the next 2 parts for Sunday's part and Monday's part on the podcast later.
Let's talk about the AFC and the NFC championship.
I'll just go ahead. Isaac's not with us today. He's asleep.
Bum.
But let's just go ahead. Let's start with I want to finish with my team last. So let's start with the Lions and the Niners.
I'm so sad for the Lions.
Man, I am too. The Lions were up 24-7 at halftime, and everyone's like, they have this in the bag. They're going to Las Vegas.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
They're gonna go to the Super Bowl. They're gonna do it. They're gonna fight. They're gonna play the Chiefs. It's gonna be a good Super Bowl. It's not.
We don't know if they're gonna win, but they're gonna try.
Everyone's gonna want them to beat the Chiefs. They're gonna do it. No. The Niners rally back.
The Niners with one of the with one of the best comebacks in history.
Yeah. They come back 34-31 final score. And the Niners get it done and are going to the Super Bowl.
You even got Chiefs fucking blankets down here.
Yeah, that's actually a dog blanket.
Motherfucker. You told me that. You told me that, you son of a bitch.
But no.
Piece of shit.
But no, after that, we had the AFC Championship, which was actually first, but
which was the Ravens versus the Chiefs.
The Ravens shat on themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, from what I hear, because I don't watch, I don't have time, nor do I care. It was not a close game.
No. It was, but at the same time, the Ravens should have honestly blown us out. We did not score a single point in the second half. Last time we won and did that
Dude,
was against the Dolphins.
I'm telling you. The Chiefs' defense is better than we give credit for.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, that Ravens team has been like on fire, and they should have scored twice. They were in the red zone twice. Let's see what happened. The first one, they got a great catch downfield, and the dude like Zay Flowers like threw the ball in L'Jarius Sneed's face, the wide receiver into the defender's face. They got called for taunting, so they went back a little bit, but it didn't matter because they were still driving. They got to the end zone, and he fumbled before he could score the touchdown. Zay Flowers, the same dude he did that to.
Was it a turnover, though?
Yes, it was a turnover. He did the same thing. I'm sorry. It was like karma, because after the taunting, he got the ball knocked out by the same dude.
Definitely karma.
Then we punted, and they went back down the field again. Lamar Jackson threw an interception, triple covered. And I'm like, you guys had every opportunity to just whoop the Chiefs' ass.
I'm not gonna lie. I may be the only guy who's saying it, but I expected it. Because as much as the Ravens were doing good, this and the other, the Ravens in the first match they had, which was against the Texans.
Yep.
They were the only reason they looked great was because the Texans were just that bad.
Yeah, and they're a young team. We're an experienced team in the playoffs, so it's different. Also, so that would leave us to the Super Bowl. Chiefs taking on the 49ers. We'll get Isaac's predictions next week because
I'll tell you my prediction right now. I think it's going to be the Chiefs taking it. I don't see the 49ers winning. The 49ers. They barely beat the fucking Lions.
Or the Packers. Can't forget a couple weeks before that, the Packers.
Oh, shit. Yeah, they did just barely beat the Packers, too, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're a 49ers fan. You're not winning the Super Bowl. Congratulations. You made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was the big thing.
Because you guys played like crap for 2 games straight and just got lucky in the first game and then rallied back in the second.
Congratulations, you guys did amazing in the NFC. It's the NFC, right?
It's the NFC. Yes.
The NFC Championship. I'm sorry, I'm tired. He just picked me up from work.
Everyone's dude. I don't know what it is. Remember that day we had the debate? You had the debate, and everyone's just tired after that. I don't know, but
that debate threw me the fuck out. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Do we go to the next segment, or
let's just go to the next segment, man.
Go for it.
Talk about your UFC if you want to.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll talk about wrestling, and then we're done, guys.
It just went black. I'm like, I didn't know we were doing that. I completely forgot. Alrighty. Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm sure there's not much, is there?
There's a little bit.
All right.
All right. Let's start off with the up. Wait, did we talk about the Did we talk about this card?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Okay, let's.
On last week's podcast.
Let's talk about the up and coming. Let's not talk about that because I can't say their names. There's an up and coming UFC fight night. It's a middleweight showdown. It's on February 3rd at 6 p.m. for the main card, I believe. The main card's at 6 p.m. Yeah. I'd tell you their names if I didn't want to butcher them. I'm sorry. It's Roman versus Nope.
Nope,
not gonna do it. And then let's go to the MMA news. And I'm gonna go straight to the my MMA news source. MMA fighting. Let's talk. Let's talk about the guys who aren't doing shit, and let's talk about the guys who are doing shit. First off, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler are talking.
Oh, man.
They're going back and forth on Twitter. They're going back and forth. They're just bullshit. But the thing is, Chandler doesn't want to wait till the summer. Chandler wants to fight McGregor in the main event of UFC 300.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy. I don't think it's worth it to put it as the main event of UFC 300.
Put it on the card.
I don't even think you should put it on the card.
Really?
I like Conor McGregor. I really do. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time, and he's still relatively young. Here, I'll just to double check. Conor McGregor's age. Conor McGregor is 35 years old, so he's just now reaching the end of his prime.
Yeah, because I don't know what prime is in different sports because they're different in different sports.
In mixed martial arts, the end of your prime, if you're not a heavyweight or a light heavyweight, is about 34 to 35. That's when you start to fall off.
All right.
That doesn't necessarily mean you just die. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, I'm going to lose every single fight. No.
Not like Tony Ferguson.
No, Tony is built for CTE. Do you know what CTE is?
No, I don't.
It's brain damage.
Okay.
I'll just simplify it. It's brain damage.
All right.
But no, Tony's a different story, and we could go all day talking about why Tony's losing 7 fights in a row. I'm still so sad that he hasn't retired. I don't want Tony to die. I think he'd rather just get himself killed in the octagon than stop fighting. Mm-hmm. But Conor doesn't even look that bad. When I see him train at least boxing and kickboxing, he doesn't look that bad. My problem is first off, I remember when it was announced that he was going to fight Michael Chandler, he released a wrestling video, which was just horrible. He's never been a wrestler, so I don't know why he released that. Like, oh, I have good wrestling. No. You have good takedown defense. Mm-hmm. You have good defense. You have good defensive wrestling. You don't have any offensive wrestling. And I remember Tough. You know what Tough is?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's the reality show for the UFC. Yeah. But everyone was shitting on Conor, and they're like, "Oh, Conor's not this, Conor's not that." And all I could really think is Conor's not a teacher.
No.
Conor's a bad teacher.
Yeah.
I feel like Conor could tell you a thing or two, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense." Mm-hmm. But in reality, Conor's not a good teacher.
Nah.
But I think, and this is just the simple fact of it, Conor McGregor he has very high fight IQ.
Yeah.
Whether you like him or not, whether you think that's right or not, he has a high fight IQ. He won 2 fucking championships, and he did so in convincing fashion. Mm-hmm. Does he still have that fight IQ? Well, fuck, we're gonna find the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
He has amazing stand-up IQ, which with the guy he's fighting, Michael Chandler, as long as that fight still happens.
Yeah.
Michael Chandler has the worst fight IQ in all of mixed martial arts. Mm-hmm. I don't care who it is. This man tried to swing with Gaethje. He tried to swing with Charles, and he nearly knocked out Charles. But everyone nearly knocks out Charles before they die.
Yeah.
And he tried to stand up with Tony Ferguson, which he was losing until the greatest front kick I've ever seen in my life. Poor Tony Ferguson. Yeah. I think that's where he really got the CTE. The first time he got knocked out by.
Yeah.
But I just think Conor wraps him up. Conor's just gonna bully him.
Yeah.
When they fight. As for the card 300 got way better. They added Sadiq Youssef, if you know who he is. He's this amazing young African kid versus Diego Lopez. Diego is I think he's straight up American. He might be from Mexico though.
That's nice.
And Diego's young. He's untested. And Sadiq is ranked number 13 to the UFC, and this is on the UFC 300 card. But they're gonna fight, and I think it's gonna be a really good fight.
Yeah.
I don't see that fight not being a banger.
Yeah.
You want to move on. I can tell in your
I'm
voice
just
because
tired.
I'm tired too, man. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, guys.
We'll tell you more about. Actually, I can give a quick card update on the more recent, on the next big UFC event. I'll skip over the fight nights.
Yeah.
UFC 298. I can actually go the full card. We have Anthony Hernandez versus Ikram Aliskerov. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Marab Develop. I can say his name. I swear to God, but I can't say it today. Marab versus Henry Cejudo. Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary.
All right.
Robert the Reaper Whitaker versus Paulo the Eraser Costa. That might be. You want to talk? Can I talk about that fight real quick? Because that's a very close fight.
Go ahead. I mean, we have next week too, but go ahead, man.
Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria. I'll talk about the top 3 cards, the top 3 fights on that card.
All right.
Actually, let me check the prelims if there's any good fights on the prelims. Mm-hmm. No, there's not.
There's not.
There's not. But Alexander Volkanovski is coming off getting knocked out by Islam Makhachev. Islam is now the number 1 pound for pound in the world. He's still ducking fighting contenders if it's not in where he wants it to be, which is Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
It's just now Ilia, who is a heavy-handed submission guy, is going to fight probably the man with the highest fight IQ in all of mixed martial arts right now. He's just so technically sound. Yeah. Alexander is. Yep. So the way I'm looking at it is that either Alexander drags it out, takes him to a long, boring decision, or he's going to come out hard and try to TKO Ilia, which I don't think he'll do.
Yeah.
I think what happens is, and this is my pick for Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia, I think Alexander takes it by decision. By 5-round decision.
That's good.
Moving on to the co-main event, a fight I'm so excited for if it actually happens. Robert the Reaper Whitaker. The Aussie man with a plan to get his belt back.
Yep.
First off, now we get to see Robert go back after Dricus. Mm-hmm. Dricus, the man who just had one of the biggest matches I've ever seen, at least debated matches, because that was a heavily debated match. But other than that, I think Robert is going to fight Paulo, and if it actually happens, I don't see a way Paulo wins that. The last person Paulo Costa fought, I believe, was Luke Rockhold, and that was at least 2 to 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Paulo's not great. Paulo has decent stand-up. He has all-right ground game. He's just strong. He's big, he's strong, and he's young. Or he was young. That's how he used to win fights. Robert's a different breed. He's a different animal. Mm-hmm. Robert has literally, at middleweight, been beaten twice.
Nice. By
Israel Adesanya, the last style bender, and now he's only been beaten by champions.
Yeah.
He got beat by Izzy, who was probably the GOAT of middleweight. And he got beat by Dricus, who's now the middleweight world champion. Mm-hmm. So, I just don't see a way that Paulo wins that. Mm-hmm. Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary. They have similar styles.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about Jeff Neal. I'm not going to act like I know a lot about Jeff Neal. All I know is that I'm going to pick Ian Gary to win that.
Okay.
Because Ian Gary's just so technically good on the feet. He has amazing stand-up.
Yeah.
And I think he just can't hang with Jeff Neal. I think that Jeff Neal just can't hang with Ian Gary. We're going to find out, though. I'd love to see Ian the Cut Gary get his head knocked off, but I don't see it happening. Moving on to something you can help me talk about.
Nothing, because we're done.
Because you didn't make a thing. Oh, yeah, you didn't make a thing.
So let's just...
Wait, are we done?
No, we're going to talk about the AEW stuff real fast and the Royal Rumble.
Let's go with the Royal Rumble real quick.
Let's just say this. We're not recapping Raw and SmackDown this week just because...
honestly...
We had a lot of stuff today.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like with wrestling, we should just talk about the Royal Rumble... And just some big stuff that happened on AEW. Only the big stuff.
We're just too tired. I'm sorry.
Not even that. It's just the fact that not much else happened.
No, not this week in wrestling. Hopefully next week in wrestling.
Because next week everyone can actually...
That, and it starts today, because today's Monday. So.
Yeah, but no. Next week it can actually be a battle. It's the Royal Rumble. Nobody's going to give a fuck what AEW's doing. I like AEW. I really like AEW. Nobody's going to give a shit.
No.
I will put it like this. the Royal Rumble, and I want to ask that we do something for every pay-per-view. I want to rate the show
For every pay-per-view, like Royal Rumble and AEW stuff.
Royal Rumble, AEW. I didn't click anything.
I know. I don't
What the
care.
fuck?
It's fine. I'm just trying to keep the black
Ignoring
screen.
this. Okay. Anyway, Royal Rumble started with the Women's Royal Rumble match.
It was a very interesting match.
It was about an hour and a half.
Should we talk about the surprises and all that too? Yes.
No, because I feel like they can go watch that themselves.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
The Women's Royal Rumble match
It,
was amazing. It was a great match.
I want to talk about
I think the wrestling was fantastic.
two surprises in that matches. Maybe
Go ahead
three.
with your two surprises.
The TNA relationship going on there.
Yes, the TNA relationship is still strange because last year they had Mickey James.
Nope. It was the year before that.
The year before
'Cause
last
last year
they
there
had
was-
Mickey James.
No one last year, but then this year they brought in.
This year they brought in Jordynne Grace, who is the knockout TNA
And they brought
Women's Champion.
Naomi back. Some people think she's still signed to TNA, but I don't know.
I don't know what that relationship is.
I don't either.
It's clear that TNA is willing to let their people go do the Royal Rumble, and the WWE is willing to have the women
Yeah.
from TNA come in to do the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And then, of course, let's chalk on one more. Jade Cargill makes her debut.
She finally made her debut.
Good for
I'm
her.
very happy.
Yep.
You know,
I think they're setting up a feud with her and Nia for the WrestleMania, which
no, because Nia's supposed to be fighting Becky at WrestleMania, from what I've
I thought
understood.
Becky was going after Rhea. I
Not
think,
from
I don't
what I
know. We're just
understand.
going to figure this all out sooner rather than later. All I know is the winner of the Royal Rumble was Bayley.
Bailey, well,
Number 3. She came in at number
she came
3,
from number 3 and went all the way to the end.
which was really nice.
Big props to Bailey.
Well, she's going to get turned on by Damage Control. It's been showing in the weeks leading up
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors saying that there's going to be an Elimination Chamber match.
for Rhea's title.
Yeah,
and
so that points to the fact that we are
Bayley's
probably
not
going to
going to
see.
go for that. Yeah.
We're probably going to see Damage Control turning on Bayley and Bayley going after Io Sky.
Which she might win.
Hey, real quick before we move on to the next part of
Yeah.
the show,
Yeah.
big props to Io Sky, who's held the title for quite a while.
'Cause usually
did
they-
not expect that to happen.
No.
WWE so flip floppy with who they want to have the title.
Yeah.
So just huge props.
So
to
does
her.
AEW though with the women's. It's just I
They-
don't know what it is with the women's divisions.
I think.
I heard that AEW's getting a little bit better on the AEW women's division.
Before I started stuttering like a fucking child, the women's divisions are just they went down.
They're coming back
now
up
they're
a
coming
little
back
bit.
up. You know, it's one of those things where they roller coaster every now and then.
But next on the match was the Fatal 4-Way match.
The Fatal 4.
You give your
which
opinion. I liked it. It was all right. Roman retains.
It was an okay match. It
And
was
Roman
not
retains.
a good match.
We all knew Roman was going to retain.
I think it was disappointing. There was a lot you could have done with that. If you wanted to set up, if you wanted to set up Roman versus The Rock, have The Rock come out at the end of the match. First
didn't.
off,
He didn't even show up in the Rumble.
Here's my problem. I'm disappointed that it was the first match after the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I understand it not being the main event. That can be the Royal Rumble, the Men's Royal Rumble, because everyone loves the Men's Royal Rumble, and they get to point at the sign like, "Oh, I'm going to WrestleMania." But why did it start the show off for actual matches?
Yeah.
Second off, it was a bad match. I said it was a good match. Good as in, it's what you can expect from a Roman Reigns match.
Yep.
It's also what you can expect from a Fatal 4-Way. It was just a finisher fest. It wasn't a spot fest. It wasn't guys jumping 30 feet in the air,
Killing
nose
themselves.
diving into
Killing themselves.
There was no Darby Allin. Darby Allin didn't
Oh,
run out
God.
and kill himself. But it was boring.
Yeah.
It was RKO, spear, super
Phenomenal
punch,
forearm.
spear, phenomenal forearm, Styles Clash, phenomenal
BFT.
forearm. Like there was like fucking 5 BFTs. I don't know what I don't know whether LA Knight just has a bad finisher or they just don't want to fucking sell it, or they just want to keep having people like no break up. I don't know. Roman per usual, Roman Reigns retaining the title through shenanigans, as we would have seen Randy
beat the world
Orton
champion.
having the world
15th
championship
15th title reign. If Solo didn't show up, which we all know
which
he was.
we knew he was going to show up.
Speaking of
just-
Solo,
just-
we'll get to that in a minute. But let's go to the next match on the card.
That was a bad
Consider
match.
done.
That was a terrible
You didn't even
match.
watch this match. You were in the restroom for like most of the match. You were in the restroom for the entire match, I think.
Which shows you just how fast it was. 'Cause I kind of wanted to watch it, but I wasn't holding my breath to watch it.
Yeah, let's just say Logan Paul retained by a disqualification. I like the ending choice, but the match itself was just eh.
So I have one problem with the match.
What's up?
I have one very large problem with the match. Why are the WWE refs so fucking selective?
That is true, because let's say this. So the dude came in to give, just like he did with Rey Mysterio, the dude came out to give the brass knuckles to Logan, and the ref called him. And he's like, no, get the hell out of here. Then guess who comes down? Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They're coming down to the ring. Austin Theory hands the knuckles to Logan. Logan's going to punch him. No, blocked. Kevin puts the knuckles on. Boom. 1, 2. What is that?
But, and here's the weird thing. Because if you want to be, legit about it, and it's something that it's my one, issue with a lot of wrestling. As someone who knows it's scripted,
yeah,
I hate how fake it is when someone's like, "Oh, you had that. You have that. I didn't see you do anything with it, but I'm going to disqualify you anyway." That's just because here's the other thing. That's a mere gripe.
Here's the thing about with the brass knuckles, and we can think about it with the diamond ring that MJF uses. He hides it in his tights. And that's what most people would do with brass knuckles instead of keeping it on. So I can see what they did there.
But it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, Logan did it when he put it in the tights.
Cool. Here, again, my problem just lies in why would you disqualify him if you didn't see him do it?
Yeah.
They've said it.
Maybe they should, it could have been a roll-up that would have made the match a little bit worse.
I would have been, no, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
He just got knocked out with brass knuckles. Then all of a sudden, KO's having to argue with the ref about, hey, don't disqualify me. You didn't see me hit him with him.
And then a roll.
I didn't do anything.
1, 2, 3, and then the match is over.
Yeah.
Instead of
with the disqualification, it's bad.
Yeah.
Logan Paul didn't even have to work to retain. He just had to fucking be okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's finish this up with the Rumble.
The men's Royal Rumble
was meh.
The
first 2 entrants. Perfect. As soon as Jey Uso was
Jey
number
and
1,
Jimmy were.
I'm gonna tell you this. As soon as Jey Uso's music hit, I'm like, it's Jimmy and Jey. And I showed you guys my predictions for the Rumble, but before that, I had a data version. And in my data version, I had Jimmy and Jey starting the Rumble, and I was right. However, I changed it in the end. So, but I was still technically correct in my statement.
But you technically weren't.
I know, because
you didn't. Your final prediction was not
Jimmy and Jey. So. I should have kept it. I don't know why I didn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't keep
it.
I should.
That was pure. That was beautiful storytelling. Having them both come out at the beginning. It was also just perfect. Their stare down because it was just so. Yeah. It was so nice because it was perfect. It just their stare down with one another.
And then at number 4, Andrade came back. Was really nice.
Nobody gave a shit.
No one really. That's when the Rumble started going. That's when it started.
It was upsetting. It was a little pop, but there was nobody really cared, which just shows how many casuals watch WWE. You know, nobody cared that Andrade El Idolo was back. Andrade Sin Almas, whatever you want to call him. Andrade came back, and nobody gave a shit.
And we're gonna have to hurry this up, but
what?
Dad's home. Anyway, yeah, the Rumble wasn't good. Kofi didn't do his stuff. Brock was supposed to be in the Rumble. He got replaced by Braun Breaker.
And then here's another big thing I want to point out that upset me about the Rumble. It was all single eliminations.
Yeah.
There was even the big guys, they got 1 or maybe 2. Yeah. But nobody was really chucking people out left, right, which I
the only person did it was Braun.
No, Braun and Cody both got the same amount of eliminations. Mm. And Cody Rhodes was the favorite to win, so.
And he won from number 15. He did win back-to-back for the first time in 26 years. That's good. That's good. That was good. The storytelling between him and Punk was good.
26 years?
26 years, man. The last time was Stone. Yeah, I counted.
Did Stone Cold?
Stone Cold was the last man to do it, and
I just don't think it's 26 years ago.
It has been. And you know what's even crazier about that? The year before Stone Cold did it, Shawn Michaels did it. Yeah, so it was back to back, and then no one went back to back for 26 years.
That's insane.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Cody won. Let's get to the quick news. CM Punk might be injured.
No,
he is.
It's not he's injured.
He is injured.
He tore his tricep.
Again, he did it in AEW like last year around September. So he's gone. He might miss WrestleMania. The plans are just falling apart for WrestleMania at this point. I don't know.
Agreed. But I think we can wrap it up.
With any AEW stuff to talk about, the Dealer's Choice is pretty nice.
The Dealer's Choice is an interesting match coming up soon. I think we'll wrap it up here, and we'll talk about what Dave Meltzer had to say about a cage match.
Go ahead.
And other than that, I think we'll do that next time.
We'll do it next time?
Yeah, next time, because I feel like that's just more of it's a minor thing. It's not really huge.
Okay.
But rate the show. How would you rate the 2024 Royal Rumble?
People grade it. I would give it a good B.
Okay.
A B. It was all right. However, if we're ranking it on...
If you want to grade it?
Oh, it's great. Okay, hold on. A C.
Do you want to grade it, or do you want to rank it?
I was great. A grade-wise?
Ranking on, 1 out of 10. That's what I was asking.
Oh, okay, never mind. I give it a 6. So a C, then.
I give it a 3.
Damn.
It was a terrible Royal Rumble. The actual men's Royal Rumble match was meh. The women's Royal Rumble match was the only good match on the card. Then that got 2 points. The World Championship match sucked. The finish for the other match sucked as well. I think generously I can give it a 4 because I actually do remember seeing highlights, and Owens versus Logan was terrible in the actual wrestling department.
The ending sucked.
But the finish just sucked all the life out of it.
Yeah. And I guess that's it for this podcast. Sorry, guys, that we're just so tired today. But we'll get it back on track next week. Hopefully I can get this edited and out by today on Monday. If not, it'll come out tomorrow on Tuesday, the 30th. So with that being said, this is the end of the podcast, The Basement. We'll see you next time.
This is